What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to another Warframe video. So I finally got a 60% base assist. This thing is pretty much one of the best guns in the entire game. And now that it's been, fixed and all that stuff, we're going to be going over the current version of the base assist. This thing was not working properly at launch. Before we get into it, though, make sure to sub this channel to daily Warframe video uploads, build videos, news videos, all that kind of stuff. Your next place Warframe content. And DE did just confirm Yareli Prime is the new Prime Warframe. So I'm not going to make a full video on that, but might cover it in the weekly reset video because that just came out. Alright, but we're focusing on the base assist right now. We're focusing on the here and now. Basically, the base assist, the Coda Bassocyst, is a infested lich shotgun that hits extremely hard. I've already made a video on it, but back then I only had a 25.2%, and now I have a maxed out 60 roll. Additionally, the semi-shotgun cannonade mod was not equipable on this thing at launch, and now it is, and for the no riven build, it gives a huge chunk of extra damage. Even further, the special buff of the base assist, which gives increased multi-shot and damage after a mercy kill, that basically wasn't even, we didn't even know that was a thing at launch. So now they've actually shown that it actually does that, so let's get right into it. Okay, so I got two builds for you today. I've used one of the builds at level 10,000, and it one-shots level 10,000 with no buffs. It's the Corrosive Build. And the new build I've got is a DOT-focused build, which also hits really, really hard. It's the one you're seeing in the footage right now. Now, the Coda Bassocyst is similar to the Archiplasmor in a way where it has a infinite body punch-through projectile. But unlike the Archiplasmor, this thing is not going to bounce off walls for the Tenant version, and it also has a strength. It has a headshot multiplier on this shot at base, unlike the Archiplasmor, which does not have that. And additionally, this thing has an alt fire that makes enemies take a bunch of procs, and it can also make you teleport to an enemy to get a mercy kill if they're vulnerable to a mercy kill. The thing is, we kill enemies in pretty much one shot most of the time, so enemies taking a mercy kill doesn't really happen that often for us. So for certain enemies, it will, especially if they're really, really high level. So let's go into the new builds here to get millions of damage easy with the base assist, which is, in my opinion, one of the best guns in all of Warframe. Okay, so here we are in the sim, and as far as the roll I've got right now on the DOT build, I've got a heat-focused base assist. If you have the Valiance fusion option, you could change that to Toxin or whatever you want. I think Toxin is going to be the best option for the Corrosive build, but yeah, for my DOT build right here, we've got everything focused on heat procs. Now, the base assist does have built-in blast, which will make enemies explode on death. So we've got radiation, heat, and blast on this build, and the alt fire will make magnetic procs too from the unique trait. Alternate fire storms enemies with mites, inflicting impact and magnetic status. If the enemy is vulnerable to finish a mercy kill, you will teleport to them and do it instead. And after you do that, you get 100% damage and 100% multi-shot. The unique trait thing was not there at launch, and now we know. And additionally, for the Corrosive build, this mod was not equipable at launch. Now, I do like to mod this thing for fire rate, but if you don't have a Riven with fire rate or anything like that, you could just throw that mod on there. You have lower fire rate, but hit a lot harder. So my Riven is critical damage, fire rate, and minus mag capacity. You could easily throw on semi-shotgun cannonade there. We'll show that in the video, too. Why not? I nerfed my fire rate massively, but I get a huge chunk of extra damage, another 10,000 damage on the card. So let's go ahead and show how this works. And of course, you can be flexible with the mods. You don't need to run Blaze. You could run a 60-60 heat mod instead. I believe that's Scattering Inferno. So yeah, you're going to see a big difference on this thing between when we have galvanized stacks and when we don't. So let's use the alt fire to soften it up a little bit. They got a couple procs on them. And as you can see, that's a really slow fire rate, but they died in one hit. So now we got a galvanized stack, or at least we should. Yeah, as you can see, with no fire rate mods, it's really slow, but you're getting really high damage numbers. 1.6 million damage heat proc. And yeah, I mean, you can hit a lot harder than that. I'm just going to say it like that. You can hit a lot harder than that. Under a mil on that, you can see 10 mil or more with this thing. So let's just go ahead and throw on Nourish, throw on some Armor Strip, whatever that does. Now we're hitting even harder. So yeah, with no Riven, this is what you can expect. Now, I do like to run fire rate personally, and also the status chance is not the best. So, yeah, having fire rate's good, having Crux can be okay, but I've been liking the Deadhead more recently just because of that even further headshot multiplier and technically giving more damage than Crux. So, if I throw my Riven, the fire rate goes up a lot. You have to remember too, if you're running Reinforced Bond your companion, Semi-Shotgun will lock that. You will not actually get the buff from Reinforced Bond. So keep that in mind if you're trying to build craft anything. The same thing with the fire rate now on the ribbon. And as you can see, we can spam the shots a lot faster. And it's like hitting pretty similar numbers. So yeah, only run semi-shotgun cannonade if you don't have a ribbon or you don't want to use a ribbon or whatever. So yeah, on the heat build, you're hitting really hard. Let's move on to the corrosive build. This is the one I've used at level 10,000 before. And for this build, we have to actually switch the element from heat to toxin. If you have a Valiant's override installed, you can do this on the fly. And the reason I go for toxin here is because there is no prime toxin mod for shotguns. And we're going for maximum corrosive here. So got 13,000 corrosive, and we got a little bit of blast too. So this build is good to go on level 10,000s because of that really hard-hitting multiplier. Again, you could go for Crux. When I did level 10,000, I used Crux, and you can kill them in one shot with Crux too. So don't worry about it too much. Yeah, this is what I got. And again, you could take this off if you want to go for fire rate. Up to you entirely. But for me, I'm going to go for the no ribbon build with semi-shotgun here just because it's a huge chunk of extra damage. And damage scales quite well on this thing. Now we can go ahead and get a mercy kill on these next group of enemies if I can summon in one that actually has it. But as you can see, such a slow fire rate, but 50 million damage, like 37 million damage with no ribbons, so you're pretty much good to go on this one. So yeah, let's go ahead and I mean, what else do you need to see after that? Honestly, like 50 million damage, no ribbon. The fire rate is bad, obviously. Let's take this mod off. Let's show how the fire rate would go. Oh, I want to show a finisher. That's what it was. Okay. We'll keep the fire rate low on this one now. I'm going to summon in a Dedescent enemy that could be basically a guaranteed mercy kill. But beyond these guys, it's pretty hard to do mercy kills in mission unless like an Exodus. So go ahead and find where he went. Where did he go? Did he not summon in here? I don't see the Dedescent. Either way, oh, I guess he didn't get summoned in. Maybe I misclicked. Kill everything. Resummon. I might have just not clicked on it. Okay, here we go. So now we have this guy. He's going to give us a big chunk of extra damage once we do a mercy kill on him. But first we have to soften him up, unfortunately. So that's where the fire rate really feels rough because damage attenuation. But reminder, this will be the case for like every weapon in the game just because how damage attenuation works. Get him relatively low. Throw some buffs on, why not? So once he gets really low, then we can do a mercy kill, which is painfully low, as you can see. Just keep spamming the alt fire until he's low enough. Come on, man. Really? Oh my gosh, he blew up before I could do the mercy kill. Well, as you can see, the mercy kill feature of it is not exactly easy to execute, pun intended, just because enemies taking mercy kills is just really, really specific. So, yeah. Either way, guys, I do recommend this thing highly. Like, honestly, if they ever bring a 60, there'll be a tweet from me or something on that. So, yeah, if you don't have it, go grab it. If you don't have it 60, I'd recommend try to get the 60 as soon as possible. Not really doing us any favors with those low percentages you keep bringing. So, try to give a little bit low so we can do the mercy kill here. Okay. There we go. So now we finally got the mercy kill. And now we have the buff. So we've got, for 20 seconds, 100% multi-shot, 100% damage. That's going to make this thing even harder hitting. So, yeah. It's definitely good to go on high-level enemies. It's good to go on normal-level enemies. And as far as ribbon stats, fire rate and CD has felt pretty nice. But again, you don't need to have fire rate. And if you run semi-shotgun cannonade, fire rate is an actual dead stat. So I'd say crit damage, multi-shot, overall damage, those can be okay. Crit chance on ribbons like this for shotguns are not usually the strongest, so maybe not that. But either way, guys, hope you found this video fun and helpful. The Bassocyst is extremely good after it's gotten to 60. It was already good before 60, and now it's literally like, it might be the best primary in the game that's not an Incarnon. So, you guys let me know how you feel about that hot take down below. Look, it's not that hot of a take, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!